What's going on, guys? It's Cimoooooooo. So today I'm bringing to you a combo tutorial for spirals. This is a video that's going to contain 5 different combos that you're definitely going to want to know if you're thinking about playing spirals. Now, I just released an introduction to spirals, giving you guys a brief overview of what some of the cards do and how they interact with one another, so I'd highly recommend checking out that video before watching this. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so starting with combo number 1. This is a very basic combo that just requires Spiral Gear Drone as well as Spiral Super Agent. This is kind of the combo that if you don't have anything else in your hand to work with, this is going to leave you with a semi-decent board, and potentially if your opponent bricks might be all you need just to get through and win the game. So starting off, you're going to use Spiral Gear Drone as a normal summon to stack your opponent's deck. Then you're going to go ahead and special summon the Super Agent because you know what the top card of your opponent's deck is, so Spiral Super Agent's pretty much guaranteed to go through. And then you're just going to go ahead and immediately link those monsters into Spiral Double Helix. From here, we're just going to go ahead and use Spiral Double Helix's effect. We already know what the top card of our opponent's deck is thanks to Drone. And we're going to go ahead and search ourselves out a copy of Spiral Master Plan. Master Plan is going to use her effect, which allows us to search for a Spiral Mission card, which in this case we'll go ahead and grab Rescue. You can also grab Assault as well. That's not a bad option if you're deciding to play it. In my current build, I am just not. And then what you're going to do is you're going to link up the Helix as well as the Master Plan for Decode Talker. Now, Master Plan is going to trigger now that it hit the graveyard, and we're going to add a Spiral Resort as well as a Spiral Monster to our hand. So in this case, we're going to add, we're going to go ahead and go with Spiral Sleeper here. We're going to use the Resort. Resort's effect is going to activate, and we're going to add the last Resort to our hand. And that's basically where the combo ends us here. We can go ahead and special summon out the Sleeper by banishing 3 monsters in our graveyard. You're going to want to banish the Double Helix so you still have something for Spiral Resort's maintenance cost. In the end phase, you equip the Resort. You can set the Mission Rescue as a possible thing to pop with Sleeper, and also if you really want to, or you can just keep it in your hand. It really doesn't matter, but that combo nets you a +3 in terms of overall card advantage. You have Sleeper on the board and plus Decode's on 28, so you can pop 2 cards during your opponent's turn. It's not too terrible, and you have to remember, you're still gonna have 3 other cards in your hand as well. So this is pretty much just your basic, like, bare bones. If you have nothing else to do, you can still end on a fairly decent board. Alright guys, so for combo number 2, you can do this one a couple of different ways. You basically need a way to access QuikFix and a way to access Destrudo, but you also need a field spell in some way or another. So you can do like Resort Destrudo, QuikFix Ravine, but you basically need, you can't just do QuikFix Destrudo because you need to have a field spell. So for hypothetical sake, let's just go ahead and use Resort and Destrudo. This is a 3-card combo, but the 3rd card can be any blank because we just need it as a discard. So we're going to go ahead and use Resort. Resort's effect is going to grab QuikFix, and then QuikFix effect is going to go ahead and grab us a copy of Spiral Gear Big Red. Now, we're going to go ahead and just immediately special summon out Destrudo, paying half our life, making it level 6. We're going to put Destrudo on the bottom of our deck because we're going to synchro with it. Make sure you remember that. And QuikFix is going to go to the grave for good old Ancient Fairy Dragon. Now, Fairy Dragon's effect is going to trigger. We're going to pop our Resort for another copy of Resort, and then Resort's going to go ahead and add us a copy of Super Agent to our hand. Now we're going to go ahead and use the Spiral Gear Big Red to resurrect the QuikFix, and then we're going to use the effect of the QuikFix to add Drone to hand. And since we have Ancient Fairy Dragon's second ability, we can actually go ahead and special summon this Drone immediately to the field, revealing the top cards of our opponent's deck. Now we know we can immediately special summon Super Agent because we stacked them. And now here's where it gets a little bit tricky, because we need to make sure that we send these 3 specific monsters to the graveyard, because we need to make sure the Super Agent is still on the field so we can resurrect the QuikFix. Now here we're going to go ahead and link summon Decode Talker. It sucks because in the OCG they just have Code Talker, which is a generic link too, and we have to use 3 monsters here in the TCG, so we have to do an extra step, but it still works nonetheless. So now that we have Super Agent, we're going to discard whatever blank card we have to go ahead and summon out QuikFix. We're going to use QuikFix's effect, and we're actually going to go ahead and search Utility Wire out immediately. And the reason for that is because we're pretty much going to be just link summoning with the Quik Fix, and we're going to be out of cards at that point. So Quik Fix will get banished, Agent will go to the graveyard, we're going to summon Double Helix effect will activate. Since we already know what the top card of our opponent's deck is, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a Spiral Master Plan. Now, Master Plan's effect will activate, and we're going to go ahead and add ourselves a mission card from deck to hand, and we're going to link the Decode Talker as well as the Master Plan for Firewall Dragon. Now, Master Plan's effect will trigger since it hit the graveyard, allowing us to add a resort as well as a monster. In this case, we're going to go ahead and add Sleeper. We're going to use the third copy of Resort, and we're going to add ourselves the copy of Last Resort that's in our deck. And basically that's going to end our field. We're going to summon out the Sleeper by banishing 3 monsters, equip the Resort, we're going to set the Utility Wire, and you're also going to have this mission card in hand here. So you end with Resort with protection, you have a Firewall Dragon ready to bounce, Utility Wire can spin a card back to the top, and Sleeper with 2 pops. So for a 3-card combo overall, that's pretty damn good. Alright guys, so combo number 3 only requires 1-for-1 and any monster in your hand. And I'm using Ash Blossom here just to showcase that it doesn't have to be a Spiral monster or anything like that. And since that deck has access to monsters in so many different ways, if they don't stop 1-for-1, you're going to be in really good shape. So you're going to activate the 1-for-1, pitch the Ash Blossom, and get a copy of Quik Fix. Now, Quik Fix will use its effect, and you're going to search a copy of Drone, and you want to immediately summon that Drone with your normal summon, and now we can just link into Double Helix, and thanks to Drone's effect, we know what the top card of our opponent's deck is since we stacked them. So we're going to use the Double Helix effect to get out our copy of Master Plan, and then Master Plan is going to trigger adding Rescue to our hand. Now from here, since we do control Double Helix, which counts as Super Agent, we're going to pitch the Rescue to summon out Quik Fix, which will trigger and add Big Red to our hand. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and link summon the Master Plan as well as the Double Helix to get out our Decode Talker, but more importantly, getting that Master Plan in the graveyard to trigger it, which will add a Resort as well as a Sleeper to our hand. And with that Resort, we're going to add a copy of Quik Fix, which we're going to need a little bit later. Now, using the copy of Rescue in the graveyard, we're going to banish it to special summon out the Drone that's in our graveyard, and we're going to overlay the Drone as well as the Quik Fix to summon Recital Starling. Now, this is good because not only does it get Quik Fix back in the graveyard, but we also get to add a copy of DD Crow to our hand as well, which is pretty good. Now from here, what we want to do is we need to control a Super Agent, so we need to go ahead and use Big Red to get Double Helix back. Make sure you put it in your far right zone. That's usually the best for Double Helix because of his arrows. And now we can go ahead and link summon Decode Talker as well as the Recital Starling for our first copy of Firewall Dragon. Now, since we control a Super Agent, we're going to discard Quik Fix for Quik Fix, which is going to activate its effect to add a copy of Drone, and we're going to pitch that Drone immediately to summon our other Quik Fix to go ahead and add ourselves another copy of Drone. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to make another rank 1 Xyz play for Sylvan Princess Sprite. This is just free advantage. We're just getting that Quik Fix back into the graveyard. Look, in this case, Destrudo is going to the graveyard, but this could also potentially be a +1 depending on the circumstances as well, but in this case, Destrudo will be going to the graveyard. So, in addition to that, we have Quik Fix back in the grave, so we're going to pitch the Drone to bring out the Quik Fix, and here we're going to go ahead and search Spiral Gear Last Resort, because the combo is coming to an end. With this, we're going to use our Double Helix, our Quik Fix, and our Princess Sprite. This Quik Fix will actually get banished, and we're going to go ahead and make our second copy of Firewall Dragon. Now here, all we're going to do is summon our Sleeper out, equipped with Last Resort by banishing 3, and this is it. You end with 2 Firewall Dragons that are co-linked, meaning they can each bounce a monster or face-up card, or excuse me, it's a face-up monster on the field. You have a Sleeper that can pop 2 cards, Resorts giving protection to the Sleeper and the Last Resort, and you have a DD Crow in hand, and that was just all from 2 cards. So you're looking pretty good when it comes to 1-for-1. Alright guys, so combo number 4 is really cool because just by using 3 cards, Drone, Quik Fix, and Super Agent, we're able to end on double Firewall Dragon plus Bagooska in defense mode. And we all know how oppressively annoying Bagooska can be, so being able to amass that with these 3 cards is pretty cool. So we're going to keep the Quik Fix in hand, and we're actually going to normal summon the Drone, stack our opponent's cards, and then we can special out the Super Agent because we know what their top card is. We're going to go ahead and link these up for Double Helix, and use Double Helix's effect, and we know what the top card is thanks to Drone. And instead of going for Master Plan, we're actually going to go ahead and search out Quik Fix. And you're going to see why, because we need to loop these Quik Fixes. We're going to use Quik Fix's effect to add ourselves Big Red, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use both of these as link material to get out our Decode Talker. Now we're going to use this copy of Big Red here to get our Double Helix into our far right monster zone. And now that we control a Super Agent, in this case Double Helix, we can pitch Quik Fix to summon Quik Fix, and that's going to go ahead and activate that effect, which will add a Drone, and then Drone is going to be discarded for the other Quik Fix, which is going to add a second copy of Drone in this instance. Now here we're going to go ahead and overlay our 2 Quik Fixes for Recital Starling. We're going to use the Recital Starling's effect not only to get Quik Fix back into the grave, but to add a copy of DD Crow to our hand as well. Now from this point, we can link the Decode Talker and the Recital Starling for our first copy of Firewall Dragon. Now from here, we have both Quik Fixes back in the grave, so we can pitch the Drone to summon the Quik Fix and use Quik Fix's effect to add ourselves the... actually, we have all the drones in grave, so in this case, we're going to add Utility Wire, and because we don't need it for this combo, so we're going to pitch Utility Wire to summon the other Quik Fix, and we're going to add ourselves Last Resort, which is actually going to be necessary. Now from here, what we want to do is we're going to overlay the Quik Fixes one more time for our other rank 1 Sylvan Princess sprite. Now we're going to use Princess's sprite to mill. In this case, we hit 1 for 1. So in this case, it'll go to our hand, but it might not always hit as a spell card. And now we still control Super Agent, so we're actually going to use Quik Fix and pitch whatever card that we drew. You could pitch the DD Crow as well. It really just depends. But we're going to summon back out that Quik Fix. Now from here, we actually want to use the effect of Drone in the graveyard to banish another card to add Super Agent back to our hand, because we're going to need that for the Bagooska play. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to link summon the Princess Sprite and the Quik Fix, which will get banished for our Proxy Dragon. And then Firewall Dragon will trigger since a monster was sent to the graveyard, summoning out our Super Agent. And now what we can do is we can link our Decode Talker and our Proxy Dragon to summon our second copy of Firewall Dragon. This will trigger our first Firewall Dragon again, being able to summon the Last Resort. So from here, you can take your Agent and your Last Resort and overlay for number 41 Bagooska. And this is really strong because, again, it's only 3 cards. You're still going to have 2 other cards in hand. You have 2 bounces with your Firewalls, and every monster that they summon is going to get switched to defense and have its activated effects negated. You have a DD Crow in hand as well to stop some graveyard plays, or possibly another card, depending which you ditched for summoning that last Quik Fix. But this is a really, really strong board to end on, especially if you're going first. Alright guys, so for the 5th and final combo, you've probably all been waiting for this one, Spiral, Quik Fix, and Machine Duplication. Now, if your opponent sees this and they don't have a hand trap, they should probably just scoop, but we're going to go ahead and showcase what exactly this combo can do, step by step. So, you're going to go ahead and normal summon the Quik Fix, and you're going to add yourself a copy of Spiral Gear Big Red to hand, and then you're going to Machine Duplication, and if that resolves, then you are off to the fucking races. Now, I'm going to put these Quik Fixes in attack mode so we know which ones were summoned off Machine Dupe or normal summon and which ones we special summon from the grave. And these are both going to form a chain, so now we're going to go ahead and add a Last Resort as well as a Drone to our hand. Now we're going to immediately go ahead and just link up 2 of these for our Double Helix, but we can't get Double Helix off 100%. So what we have to do first is use the effect of Quik Fix to special summon it since we do control Super Agent, and then we're going to use the Quik Fix effect to search out another Drone. Now from here we're going to go ahead and use Big Red to bring back our Drone because now we can rearrange these top cards of our opponent's deck and declare double helix 100%. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna special summon out Master Plan, and Master Plan is going to get us the Mission Rescue. Now before we continue, we want to discard this Rescue and get our other Quik Fix out of the graveyard, which also puts Rescue in grave, which will be important a little bit later on, but that's gonna search out another copy of Drone for us. So from here, we're going to link up our Helix and our Master Plan to make our Decode Talker. This gets Master Plan into the graveyard, meaning we can search out Resort as well as Sleeper. And we're going to use the Resort to search out a copy of Super Agent, which we're going to need a little bit later. Now we're going to overlay these two Quik Fixes that we special summon from the graveyard to ensure we can use them again later to summon the Recital Starling. Using the effect, we're going to go ahead and add ourselves DD Crow to our hand, and since we used the drone, we can go ahead and summon out our Super Agent to the field as well. We're going to link up the Decode Talker and the Recital Starling, getting two Quik Fixes back into the graveyard to summon our first copy of Firewall Dragon. Now since we still control Super Agent, we can discard a drone to special summon out a Quik Fix, and this is going to allow us to search for, I believe, Utility Wire, which is the last Spiral gear in my deck, but if you're playing more gears, you can obviously keep going here. Now what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and link the Quik Fix that we use, so we're going to banish it, and we're going to use the Super Agent to summon out a second copy of Spiral Double Helix. And the reason we're doing that is because we want the Super Agent in grave, and we want to use the effect of Drone to banish itself as well as another card. In this case, we can just go with Master Plan to add the Agent back into our hand, because what's going to happen is we're going to go ahead and link all four of these monsters here, or three of these monsters, but it's going to total a link of 4 for our second copy of Firewall Dragon. This is going to trigger our first Firewall Dragon, special summoning back out our Spiral Super Agent. Now what we can do is we can banish our Rescue from the graveyard to resurrect our Double Helix into our far right zone. And now since we control a Super Agent, we can discard that last copy of Drone that's in our hand to special out a Quik Fix. From here, we can go ahead, banish this Quik Fix, and send Agent to graveyard to summon out a Proxy Dragon. And then last but not least, we're going to banish 3 to summon Sleeper, equip it with Last Resort, and now you have DD Crow as well as Utility Wire, and 3 other cards still in your hand. Just keep that in mind. And when Tri-Gate Wizard does come out in the TCG, you're able to summon Tri-Gate Wizard, essentially doing this exact same combo. It just varies just very slightly, but you can still end on 2 Firewells as well as a Tri-Gate Wizard for that extra negation. So guys, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this Spiral combo tutorial. I'd really love to hear your thoughts, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to like the video as always. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content. And if you really found this video helpful, consider backing me on Patreon, because just by pledging only $1 a month, you're investing in my ability to continue bringing you amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content. So thanks so much again, and we'll see you next time. 2, 3, 4.